What's going on, guys? It's Kude here. Leaks and rumors. You guys always come back to hear the next leak or rumor for the next update, and I do have some news for you guys, because I know you just want to know what's coming. This leak is very, very different than other leaks I've seen, and I keep saying that every single time, but I really mean it. This leak is like no other. What is going to be the next version of MK Mobile? Apparently, we're going to go from 5.4 to 6.0. And this is a big deal because the jump from 4 to 5 saw the introduction of the Crypt mode, a new game mode in MK Mobile. And similarly, with 4 to 5's jump adding a brand new game mode, the developers want to do something big. And well, we're gonna get it. Cameos are going to be the next addition to MK Mobile. Now, hold your horses, hold your horses. I know. This is unknown territory, and we have very little idea of what to expect, because this leak does not cover how cameos will be added. But I have a picture, and I'm not entirely sure if this picture is legit or if it was just created to hype up the leak of cameos. But you can see next to characters is cameos, like it's its own category. It's its own category of characters, teams, ability. What exactly is this going to do? In this video, we're going to go over the possible ways that cameos could make their introduction and appearance in MK Mobile, but also what cameos will be added to MK Mobile. So let's first start with the introduction of cameos. MK Mobile actually has had a cameo of sorts. Back in 2015 when the game first launched, which many of you may not have been around, but back then cameos weren't called cameos, they were called ally supports. In battle mode, and only battle mode, when you started a fight, you could pick a list of characters to support you, but you could only select one, and it would cost a specific number of ally points. You could select that character, and then there would be a bar in the middle of the screen where you could call that character out and use them in their X-ray, or a special attack 3 if they didn't have an X-ray. Like Silvers obviously didn't have one, so you would just use their special attack 3. I'm not going to massively go into depth about that because it's an old system, but it's cool to know we did have something like that at one point in time, and I will put a little caption at the top right if you want to know more about that, because I have a whole video breaking the entirety of the ally system down to any new players who may have not been around for it. If the developers want to reuse ideas from the ally system, cameos have several different ways to be added. It could be only for MK1 characters, it could be a passive button. So instead of clicking the 4th button, which is next to the X-ray, we click something in the middle of the screen, just like the ally system. But the complicated part is, what would this cameo be able to do? Would it do an X-ray? Would it do a special attack? Would it do basic attacks, combo enders? How much is this thing going to help you? And that's where we don't know what to expect. Will they make this overpowered or just in between? So now that we've broken down a way that it could be introduced via a button, what are some other ways that the cameo system could be introduced? If cameos is its own tab next to characters, I imagine it is not gear based. But if the developers wanted to go in that direction, cameos could be gear based, where instead of doing a combo ender yourself, it does a combo ender with you. The cameo comes in and does the combo ender for you. Now, Kude, what cameos could be the first to be added? Well, in my eyes, the first cameos to be added are what they've used in Onslaught. Now, I've been debating on this before, but in Onslaught, they actually had cameos. Not only in MK1 characters, they had like secret combo enders where cameo characters would come out and do extra damage. That's not how I think MK Mobile is going to do it, but that's just one thing that MK1 characters had in common, is that they had a cameo. But they also just made cameo characters, which is something MK Mobile has not done, and this could be the replacement for. So instead of being its own character, they use abilities to help you in a battle. That way they don't have to make a whole character. Just a few cameos were added to MK Onslaught before its closure: Classic Sonya and Classic Sub-Zero. There may have been another one. Classic Katana wasn't a cameo, she just was a classic Katana. So I do feel like the developers are going to start with characters they have already made models for, which is Classic Sonya and Classic Sub-Zero. I think Classic Sub-Zero is the first character they're going to make a cameo out of, but they might add 2 to start off, and then we get more as each update rolls out. The cameos that I want to see the most in MK Mobile are Striker, Frost, and definitely Motaro. Goro, not so much. We have enough Goros. I don't care to see a cameo Goro, but Motaro would be such a fun cameo to see in MK Mobile. Serena would be pretty cool as well. Let me know in the comments below what your opinions on cameos are and what cameos you'd like to see the most. I do believe that all the characters that do end up becoming cameos have to be from MK1, but we have a few new cameos coming with you know, the most recent DLC, so I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. Are you pumped like I am? Because I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for this big update, big change, because this will have an effect on the actual skill in gameplay. I feel like one thing the developers have not touched on a whole lot is the actual core gameplay design. Yes, they've added a button that's pretty randomized depending on what character you have, like Sindel stunning, Denia Blood Rain soaking with his button, and then full-on special moves like Classic Movie Johnny Cage and Classic Movie Sonya. But this will give us a real refresher on gameplay. Having a cameo come in and perform special abilities, depending on what those abilities are, it could just shift the game in another direction and give old players something new to look at. Anyways guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe if you are new, and yeah, peace out.